Hi, I'm Lorraine. Welcome to the District Yoga. Today's practice, we're going to have a power flow really focused in and around balance. We're going to jump right into it. So go ahead and come onto your mat and come onto your back. We'll start with a couple moments in a brief Shavasana. So extend those legs out long, arms fall down by the side body. And then just take a couple breaths here. Stepping onto your mat and into your practice. Starting to draw the awareness down to the breath. Just a quick check-in to the body. Let's say 3 more rounds of breath. Take one more inhale. Exhale that out. Start to bend through the knees, planting the feet down onto the mat. We're going to bring the feet about hips width apart. And then from here, we're going to start into the core. So this will be a quick practice. It's focused in and around balance. And what helps us when we're balancing is really an engaged core, but also the breath. So we're going to utilize the breath and the core here. We're just going to start with a couple traditional crunches. So go ahead and bring the hands behind the head. You can interlace or not. You decide. Elbows splay out towards the sides of your mat. And then just take a breath as your head is rested. Let that go. We're just going to lift the chest, lift the shoulders, lift the head, and then start to lower down. So inhale, we're going to lift. Exhale, we're going to lower. We're just going to start to turn on the front of the body, finding a pace, a rhythm with your breath in and out of the nose, lifting up and lowering back down. Starting to turn on the front of the body here. Breathing still. Just finding your pace. It doesn't have to be super fast. Oftentimes when we come into crunches, everybody kind of wants to crank through them. See if you can go slow with your breath. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale. Exhale that out. You should start to feel this in the front of that body, those abdominals starting to feel a little work. Breathing steady. Last 5, 4, 3, last 2. And 1, lift up, lower back down, head back down to the mat. Bring the palms down to the mat. Knees stay bent as if we were going to come to a bridge pose, but we're going to add a little bit for the side obliques here, the side of the abdominals. Start to peel the chest, the head off the mat. The shoulders may come too, so the hands start to hover here. So the feet are planted on the mat, still knees still up towards the sky. And then the hands are reaching forward. Palms are facing down. We're going to reach the left arm first. So reach the left arm just past that ankle. And then exhale back to center. On the inhale, reach that right arm past that right ankle. Bring it back to center. We'll pick up the pace here. So this doesn't necessarily have to be with a breath movement. Just go side to side, breathing in and out of the nose. You might want to pick up the pace just a little bit to crank through side to side so that motion through center is really just the transition. Finding a couple breaths here, 20 seconds. 10. Beautiful. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower back down. Whew, starting to feel the abdominals, the front of the body definitely turn on. A little fire, a little engagement there. Let's take our feet up towards the sky for our last little bit of abdominal work. Feet up towards the sky. Let's reach the arms too, as if you were falling down and maybe onto a trampoline or something underneath you. Arms reaching, feet reaching. You could have a bend in the knees if that felt right. We're just going to find some rope climbers. So on the inhale, reach the right arm up. And then as if you're grabbing that rope right to left, as if you're climbing a rope, the feet are lifted. Breathe it here. Using that core, just turning it on, creating some heat in our body to start out. So again, balance does require that core engagement and the breath. So use your breath here. Last 10, 9, 8, 7. Yes, I can. Keep it flowing. 3, 2, and 1. Come back onto your back. Hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a little rock. Massage that low back. And then once you're ready, we're just going to start to rock forward and back, finding a little momentum. We're just going to rock up to a comfortable seated position and find a cross-legged seat. And then let the hands come to the knees. We'll just tune into the breath now. So again, balance definitely requires not only the front of your body to engage, but also the breath. Most of us, when we come into balancing shapes, we forget to breathe or we're holding our breath. So let's just tune in here. Take about, 8 rounds of breath on your own. Maybe starting to tune into some Ujjayi Pranayama. Maybe even noticing that heat that you created through the core center moving through the body here with the breath. Last couple moments. So we're going to keep this breath connection. We're going to build the heat. And we're just going to get right into our practice. So once you're ready, blink the eyes open. We'll come to a tabletop position just for transition. Once you're there, start to tuck the toes. We'll gently start to lift the knees off the mat, lift the hips, come into our first downward facing dog. Just pedal the knees out. Maybe shake the head. Find something that feels good. Your first down dog. Breathe here for 5. Fingers spreading wide as you press through those hands. Head hanging super heavy. Chest pressing back, heels pressing towards the mat, although they don't have to go completely down to the mat. It's your first downward facing dog. Last big inhale, press the chest back. Stay here, breathe out. Maybe some stillness. On your next breath in, press it back. Start to slowly step to the top of your mat. Find yourself in a forward fold, maybe wide feet, maybe bent knees. Hands are going to come to the shins. Find a halfway lift. Inhale, lots of length. Exhale, forward fold. Dive back in. And then bend at the knees if not already. Start to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Just ragdolling your way up towards standing tall. Shoulders draw down and back. Head comes up last. Let's keep the arms reaching on an inhale. Reach up. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart space. And right away, let's get into our first balancing shape, a tree pose here. So let's go ahead and start on the left foot. Start to root down through the left foot, all 4 corners. Start to bring that right foot either to the ankle, you could rest there, or it can come to that calf muscle. If you're ready for it, you might want to bring it to the inside edge of that left thigh here. Breathe. The hands can come low. The hands can stay at the heart. Just find a little element of balance. Again, checking into the core here. Engaging there. Check into the breath. Just a couple rounds, just feeling this balance on one foot. So we just shift the dynamic a little bit and shift our weight so that we can balance on this one foot. Breathe here. If you're falling, that's okay. Come back to a place where you can find some stability, maybe the feet or the toes onto the mat. Last couple breaths. Beautiful. Take one more inhale. Exhale, set that right foot down. Tadasana, mountain pose. Just come back in. Maybe notice a shift in some energy. And we'll go ahead and just switch sides. So lean into the right foot, all four corners of that foot, and then find your variation. Again, toes can be on the mat. If you fall, that's okay. Come back to a place. Toes can, or foot can be on that calf, or we can come to the inner thigh. And I want you to notice my knee definitely doesn't come out to a 90-degree angle. That's absolutely okay. Your hips might not allow you to do that, your bones, your anatomy. That's okay. It does not have to be completely 90 degrees to your body. Breathe in. Find the balance. Find that core engagement. Use the breath. Long, strong, fluid breath. Beautiful. Take one more full inhale. Exhale, set that left foot down to meet the right. On the inhale, reach the arms up tall. Exhale, forward fold. Dive into those legs. Feel that stretch through the hamstrings here. Maybe bent knees if you need it still. Inhale, find your half flat back. Lots of length. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to your first upper push-up position. We'll take this one slow and then press the floor away. Find that long line. If you need to drop the knees, absolutely. Otherwise, we're going to shift forward onto our tippy toes, just leaning over the wrist. Lower all the way down to the belly. Unravel the toes. Let's find our first cobra on an inhale. Press the hands into the mat. Lift the chest. Lift the heart. Shoulders draw down and away. Elbows draw in. Exhale, lower back down. Just tuck the toes. Either press back through plank or just come back to table and lift the hips up for downward facing dog. Breathe it here. Steady and fluid. Let's get a couple warm-up A's just to warm up our body. Press the heart back. Step or hop, top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bow in. Grow tall. Inhale. Hands to the heart space. Exhale, stay rooted through the feet. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, forward fold. Dive it in. Half flat back. Plant the hands. Step, hop, or float it as you lower slow. Inhale, find your cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Make your way. On the breath in, stay here. On the breath out, stay here. One more like that. Press it back. Step, hop, or float, top of the mat. Half lift. Fold in. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart space, Anjali. Inhale, rise. Exhale, forward dive. Halfway lift. Hands to your mat. Step, hop, or float it. You lower down. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Come back in. Breathe it here. We'll say that's it for those. We'll move right on, continuing into our balance. Press the heart back. Step, hop, or float it. Top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow in. Grow tall as you reach up towards the ceiling. Hands to the heart space. Breathe it out. So we're going to come back into that tree pose. Shift the weight into that left foot here. Bring that right foot to the calf or to the inner thigh. Stay here for a couple breaths. In and out of that nose, connecting with the front of the body, those abdominals, that core center. Checking in with the breath. Yes, I can. We're going to add on a few more elements of balance here. So if you're with me, reach the arms up towards the sky. As you do, start to lift the knee in towards the chest, squaring the hips towards the front of your mat. Breathe here as you root down through that left foot. Check into the core, belly up and in, arms reaching. Breath steady. That left leg's starting to work, so notice that. If you need a micro bend in the bottom knee, take it. Inhale, lift that knee up a little higher. Arms reach a little higher too. As you exhale, we're going to send that right leg back and float into our first third warrior. So right away, we're coming into this big balancing shape. You might notice that you need a micro bend in the bottom knee. You might notice that you fall. That's okay too. Just come come back in. If you needed a block and you had one nearby, you could always have the hands on a block. You could keep that right leg lifting, flex through the back right toes. First one today, just check in. Find a place for the hands. Find a place for the arms. They could be at heart center. They could be down the side body. Last couple breaths. Whew. When you're ready, bend through the bottom knee. Let's land down. Come into crescent lunge. Look, I need my balance today too. Check in crescent. It might be that we started with the left leg. Notice how that shifts our perspective a little bit. Our brain might be used to doing the right first. Check into that. Crescent lunge, back leg strong, front knee bent, arms reaching. One big inhale, reach up. Hands to your mat. Move the block out of the way if you had it. Lower down slow. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Come back in. Breathe here. Yeah, so we're going to try that out on the other side. Press the heart back. Step, hopper, float at top of the mat. Inhale, find that lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, root to rise. Hands to the heart space as you breathe out. Shift the weight into the right foot this time. Find your tree pose. Your variation, again, doesn't have to be what it was in our first one even. Breathe here. In and out of that nose. Find the stability. Find the core engagement. Use your breath to your advantage. Beautiful from here. If you're with me, arms reach up towards the sky. Knee comes in towards the chest. Square those hips. Flex through the left toes. Really start to feel that bottom right leg. All four corners of your foot rooted down into the mat, into the earth. Core turned on. Breath strong and steady. Stay here. One more reach up on an inhale. As you're ready, slow as you need, start to send that left leg back. Third warrior, the chest starts to float. Arms can be down the ribs. Again, you might notice maybe this is your strong side and your other side wasn't as strong. Just notice, just be aware. Check into the core. Flex through those left toes. Yes, as if you're pressing that back left foot onto the wall behind you if you have one. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Last 3. For 2. Bend through the bottom knee. Let's slowly land down. Come to crescent lunge. Arms rise. Reach it. Breathe it here. Strong and steady. We're going to pick up the pace. That's going to be our nice flow. Again, we're flowing through balance. So if you ever fall, just come back to meet us. Find a breath movement, a pattern that works for you. If you're ahead or behind me, doesn't matter. Inhale, reach up. Hands to your mat. Step it back. Find a vinyasa as you lower. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Yes. Stay here. Couple breaths. Again, we'll pick up the pace. One breath, one movement. Let's just get that flow in. Press the heart back. Step or hop, top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold in. Grow tall. We reach up. Hands to the heart space. As you do, shift the weight to the left foot. Tree pose. Just a big breath in. Massive breath out, maybe hands down by your side. Inhale, lift the knee to the chest, arms sweep up as you do. As you exhale, send that right leg back. Find your third warrior. Massive breath in. Bend through the bottom knee. Let's come to crescent lunge. Big inhale. Hands to your mat. Step it back. Find your vinyasa. Inhale. Down dog. Breath out. Yes. When you're ready, press the heart back. Step or hop, top of the mat. Half lift. Fold in. Inhale, stand up, reach it. Hands to the heart. Shift the weight to the right foot. Tree pose on the opposite side. Stay here, massive breath. As you exhale, hands down to the sides. Inhale, reach up, knee into the chest. Exhale, send that left leg back. Third warrior, that transition just as important. Keep that core engaged. Bend through the bottom knee. Come to crescent lunge. Massive breath in. Hands to your mat. Step it back. Find your vinyasa. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Come back in. Yes. Let's get one more round for those. Press the heart back. Step or hop it, top of the mat. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, grow tall. Hands to your heart space. Shift the weight into the left foot. Knee comes to tree pose as you breathe out. Stay here. Yes. When you're ready, drop the hands by your side. Knee into the chest. Right knee lifts. Send that right leg back. Find third warrior as you breathe out. Bend through the bottom knee. Come to crescent lunge. Inhale. Hands to your mat. Step it back. Find your vinyasa flow. Inhale to lift the heart. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Yes, last time for these. Press it back to the top of your mat as you exhale. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bow in. Inhale, reach it up. Hands to the heart. Shift the weight to the right foot. Left knee, left foot comes into tree pose. Yes, I can. Hands down by your sides. Inhale, knee to chest. Reach up tall. Exhale, send that left leg back. Third warrior, breathe here. Bend through the bottom knee. Let's land and rise. Crescent inhale. Hands to your mat. Find a vinyasa. Lower slow. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Yes. Take a couple breaths here. Just breathing in and out of that nose. We just have a little bit more. If you're with me, shift forward to a plank pose. And then bring the feet as wide as the hips if not already. We're going to come into a variation of side plank, a staggered foot side plank, so feet wide. We're going to roll onto the knife edge of the right foot, and then naturally your feet come to stagger, so you're on the knife edge or the inside edge of that left foot. Left arm up towards the sky. Breathe. A little balance here too on our hand, on our arms. Take one more inhale. Plant that left hand down, come back through center. We'll switch sides, so roll onto the knife edge and the inner edge of that right foot. Right arm up towards the sky. When you're ready, breathe, breathe, breathe. Whew, a little balance there, a little heat. Core still turned on, breath still steady. Inhale, grow up, grow tall. Right hand down, lower through a vinyasa. Inhale to lift the heart. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Last thing, last little balance sequence. We'll get it one time. It's really just putting the poses and the shapes that you've already done in a different order. So if you're with me, right leg's going to lift up, 3-leg down dog. Exhale, we're going to step that foot through. Come to crescent lunge. So you've been here before. Arms are going to rise. Stay, breathe. Check in. If you're with me, lean the upper body forward, shift into that right foot, take flight, back to third warrior as you breathe in and out of that nose. Chest slightly lifted, almost like a mini cobra pose there. Stay, breathe. All right, we're going to add that knee into the chest. So stand up, reach up as you do, knee comes into the chest. From here, we're going to add just a little more. Right hand is going to come to the right hip. Left hand, we're going to take the 2 peace fingers and maybe bring them to the knee. That might be enough. Otherwise, if you want a little bit more, bring the 2 peace fingers to hook that big toe. Find the balance on that right leg. If you want a little more than this, you can go ahead and extend that left leg out long or maybe towards straight. Doesn't have to go completely straight. Breathe. Core turned on, breath turned on. Inhale. Stay as you exhale. Bring that knee back into the chest. Arms reach back up. Set that left foot down, forward fold. Whoo. Whew, let that just kind of dissipate. Hang heavy here. Maybe bent knees. Check in. On the inhale, half lift. On the exhale, plant the hands, step or hop it, lower slow. Inhale to lift the heart. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Last side, last thing. Left leg draws long. Step through, find your crescent lunge legs. Inhale, the arms rise up, they reach up. Stay here a couple moments, a couple breaths. Whew. We just have this on the other side, so we'll feel this out on the other side, left side. Inhale, reach up tall. Lean the upper body forward. Shift into that third warrior. Again, you've been here before, just checking back in. Use your core, use your breath. Stay with it. Yes. Last couple here. This will be your last third warrior of the class. If you're with me, start to stand up. Lift that right knee into the chest. Arms float up as that knee lifts too. Core engaged. Whew. Inhale, grow tall. On the exhale, left hand to the left hip. 2 peace fingers. You could just bring the right hand to the left knee. That could be enough. If you want a little bit more, 2 peace fingers to the big toe. Stay here or breathe. Actually, you have to breathe, so that's not an or. Keep the breath. If you want, you can extend that right leg long. Find the balance. Find your breath. Last little thing. Whew. Use your core, use your breath. If you have the leg extended, bring the knee back into the chest. Arms reach up, massive breath in. Forward fold. Dive that out. Whew. I needed this class today. My balance definitely a little off this week. Half flat back. Plant the hands, step or float it. Your last vinyasa. Inhale to lift the heart. Exhale back to downward facing dog. We'll get a couple last shapes to close. Press the heart back. Set the knees down and come to seated on the shin. So just shift back onto your feet, seated on the shins. Take a couple breaths here. We're going to come into a variation of a back bend here. If you can guess. Staying on your shins, it's going to be camel pose. So variation of camel pose, a revolved camel where you could use the block. If you have a block, you can bring it and use it too. Otherwise, come up onto the shins. So we lift up onto the shins and the knees. And your knees are about hips width here. So breathe there. We're going to twist it. So it's a revolved or a twisted camel variation. So if you want a block, you could bring a block right in between the feet, and you're going to bring that right hand first onto the block maybe. The left hand will reach up. If you'd like to use your feet and you have that range of motion, I like to tuck my toes underneath. So if you'd like to try that variation, tuck the toes underneath. And then go ahead and bring that right hand to that right heel. On the inhale, reach the left arm up and overhead. Find a little variation again. This really is a revolved camel pose. Take a couple moments. Opening that front body. Releasing some of that heat with this back bend. Inhale, reach. On the exhale, we're just going to switch sides. So left hand's going to come to that left heel. Right arm's going to reach up and overhead. Again, you're still pressing the hips forward. So notice I'm not sinking back. I'm still pressing the hips forward as I press that left hand into the heel. The right arm reaching up and overhead. We find a little side body stretch as well. Breathe. Whew. Let's get a couple more. So flow at your own pace. You could use any breath pattern that you'd like. So switching sides as slow as you need. Press those hips forward. I like to bring my hips back towards my heels, and then as I catch that heel, I press the hips forward. Last round here. I lean my hips back, press the hips forward as I catch that right heel. And then switching side, last side, hips back, press into the heel, lift the hips, press the hips forward. When you're ready, come back through center, come up, lift the crown of the head, unravel the toes if you took them, just sit back onto the shins. Take a huge breath in. Massive breath out. One last thing to close. Scoot the legs off to the side. We'll just close with a seated forward fold. So extend those legs out long. Reach the arms up when you're ready. And then fold in. Find that stretch to the back of the leg. So we definitely touched in to the legs here, especially as we came into those balancing shapes of warrior threes, the knee to chest, even that head to toe pose. Breathe, breathe, breathe.